Hi, my loves. Tonight I would like to be talking about something different. I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. My topic tonight will be the story of Harvey Weinstein. Most people know of Harvey Weinstein. However, I would like to go from beginning to end with his history. Everything I speak of will be informational for purposes of disclaimers. Before I go any further, I would like to make a moment for, I guess we call it triggers. If this is something that is sensitive to you, I suggest we move on to another story because this story would not be for you. Thank you. Harvey Weinstein was born on March 9th, 1952, in New York City. He is a former film producer and a convicted sex offender. Harvey and his brother co founded the entertainment company Miramax, which produced successful independent films, including but not limited to such ones as Sex, Lies, and Videotapes, The Crying Game, Pulp Fiction, and Shakespeare in Love, which to include many, many more. Let's go into his personal life. Weinstein has been married twice. Once in 1987, he married his assistant, Eve Chilton. They divorced in 2004. They had 3 daughters. He also remarried in 2007 to a fashion designer, which was Georgiana Chapman. They had a daughter and a son. They divorced on October 10th, 2017. At that time, Weinstein's wife, Georgiana Chapman, announced that she was leaving him and divorced him in January of 2018 after the accusations came out on him. Now let's talk a little bit about the rise of his so-called success. This will include some of the highlights, which would be Miramax won its first Academy Award for Best Picture in 1997 with the victory of The English Patriot. Both films, which include Good Will Hunting and Shakespeare in Love, both received several awards within the time of 1997 and 1998. The company was able to accumulate 7 Tony Awards. Weinstein and his brother and Corky Burger independently produced rock concerts as Harvey and Corky production in Buffalo throughout most of the 1970s before they co-founded Miramax. This company was actually called Harvey and Corky Productions, brought top acts to Buffalo. One of the top acts that they did bring was Frank Sinatra. Now, Miramax was called a production company and it distributes films and television shows. Its headquarters was located in Los Angeles, California, and it was founded in 1997. Like I said, by the brother and Weinstein himself. The brothers had went into company and business with Disney by June of 1993. However, Disney ended their 17-year ownership of the studio in 2016. They sold it to another media company. In the 1980s, the art house and independent film also gained them much success in that business. This allowed them to acquire two British film companies, both benefiting them in film shows and production. In 1989, Miramax released two art house films, both of which the MPA, yes I am reading, rating board gave an X rating, effectively stopping nationwide release for this film. Weinstein sued the company over the rating system. His lawsuit was later thrown out, but the MPAA introduced the NC-17 rating 2 months later. So it looks like he actually gained some type of friction with this whole lawsuit that he had in 1989. The company had a lot of successful films. However, the company had a producer and a particular film to catapult them into the Hollywood success of clout area. And that was Quentin Tarantino and his movie, which we call Pulp Fiction. Now, let's talk about the Weinstein Company. After leaving Miramax, Weinstein and his brother both founded the Weinstein Company, a major film studio, and he was the co-chairman alongside with his brother Bob. To most people would say that Harvey was the face and his brother was the not soft spoken, but taken back and not really say anything, but he would never go against his brother. The Weinstein Company, usually abbreviated as TWC, most times you would see that in their movies or film production. Okay, so the timeline would be the Weinstein brothers left Miramax on September 30th, 2005. The Weinstein Company, and with several other media executives, directors, and I would assume everyone else under that, left with them to form the Weinstein Company after 10 years at Miramax. Now let's talk about the Climax. The Climax would be what I call when the Weinstein effect started to play in a global trend. Let's break that down. The first of a worldwide wave of allegations were made in the United States in October 2017, when the media outlets reported on sexual abuse allegations against film producer Harvey Weinstein. Following sexual abuse allegations dating back to the late 1970s, more more than 80 women had made allegations against Weinstein by October 31st of that year. These allegations were often described as tipping point or the tipping point or watershed moment or the watershed moment. It is also called National Reckoning Against Sexual Harassment. These allegations sparked the well-known movement socially known as #MeToo, which encouraged people to share their experiences of sexual harassment and assault. And the two events triggered a cascade of allegations that brought about the swift movement of removal of many men in position of power in the United States while tarnishing and ending political careers of additional men as it spread around the world. However, in the entertainment industry, this led to the allegations bringing dismissals for many actors and directors alike. This also led to Harvey Weinstein being fired at his TWC, which would be the Weinstein Company. Before all of these allegations, the Weinstein Company was a major film studio in the North America area. The studio eventually declared bankruptcy in February of 2018, and the company was shut down on July 16, 2018, and the website sometime thereafter. Now let's dive into these sexual crimes. During Weinstein's film producing career, he managed to exploit his influential position and commit criminal sexual acts, including some to be unnamed. The company dismissed him, like I said, in October of 2017, after over 100 women came forth and accused him of sexual harassment and or assault. In October of that year of 2017, the New York Times and the New Yorker reporter, my apologies, reported that dozens of women had accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault and sexual abuse over a period of at least 30 years. Harvey would eventually go on to deny any of these accusations and say any non-consensual sex he surely denied. After being dismissed from the Weinstein Company, he was also expelled from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science and other professional associations, and soon after retired from public view. In May of 2018, Weinstein was arrested in New York and charged with rape and other offenses. In February of 2020, he was found guilty of rape in the third degree and a criminal sexual act. March 2020, he was sentenced to 23 years of imprisonment. This scandal triggered similar allegations against similar powerful men in the same positions that Mr. Harvey Weinstein held, and it led to a a trickle effect, a downfall effect, and as you can see in 2021, there has been some people who have been tagged by this situation, and some people, as of now, who have not been seen. But everything will be seen. Some of these accusations that were reported of Weinstein, but not limited to just this information, would be he hired a private intelligence firm to help him spy on some of these girls that he was assaulting in order to, I guess, keep an eye on them, or even worse, it could have been reportedly the agencies targeted or collected information on dozens and compiled psychological profiles that sometimes focus on their personal and sexual histories. Weinstein still faces a criminal trial in Los Angeles. However, because of the 2020 pandemic, it had been put on hold for quite some time now. In November of 2020, he was reportedly put in isolation for quote unquote COVID symptoms, but shortly after, they also reported that he had none. The end. Thank you. Thank you all for at least staying to the end of this one. I know I don't really do reports on the rich and the famous as much, but this came through as a request. So, thank you, my loves, for all your support and all your love. Keep watching my videos, and just so you know, when I do upload, hit that notification button and that subscribe button if you have not already, and keep showing all that love with those likes. Thank you. Bye bye.